And all of this started with tariffs. What looked like just another Donald Trump headline turned out to be a pretty big ordeal.
Incredible numbers here. Comes just hours after President Trump announced a 90-day pause on tariffs for many countries, putting them all at 10% tariffs. Those, he said, who have not retaliated in any way, shape, or form.
So today, we're digging into what's really going on in this US-China standoff. But before we do, if you could please give this video a thumbs up and click that subscribe button, it would really help me out tremendously. Thank you. Okay, so even though we're not in the US, these tariff disputes matter to all of us. What happens between these two very large economic giants doesn't stay between them. It echoes across the global economy. This means all of our markets, all of our supply chains, and all of our costs of living. Now, let's back it up for a second. When Trump first slapped on that 10% tariff on Chinese goods, China's response was kind of what you'd expect: strong dissatisfaction. But when Trump turned up the heat and hiked the tariffs by another 34%, that tone kind of shifted. China suddenly wasn't just dissatisfied, they were firmly opposed, which sounds like a minor word change, but in Chinese diplomatic language, that's a full-on alarm bell. That's not just, we don't like this, that's, we won't tolerate this. And the fact that they even mentioned resolving things through fair negotiations at the end of that message, that was them basically saying, we're still open to talk, but we're not bluffing. But then,
hundreds of billions of dollars a year they'd make on us on trade. I have great respect for China, but they can't do this.
Trump threatens to crank up tariffs by another 50%. And so after that, China was done playing nice. This time, they're calling it extortion. Yeah, that's what the Chinese government called it, directly in public.
中方必将奉陪到底。
Now, I don't care what side of the political spectrum anyone's on. When China starts using words like that in an official statement, that's not normal behavior coming from them.
They are much more comfortable these days in using language to signal political discontent and political anger.
It's definitely being strategic. That's them setting the tone that they're not just frustrated, they are ready to push back. And so they did. First, they hit the US energy and agriculture with tariffs. Then they expanded it. Now there's a full-on tariff on all American goods, up to 84% in some cases. That's a huge hit to US exporters. They also started tightening the screws on American companies operating in China.